Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Earthlings. We meet again, and today I'm going to cover all of the outfits that Meghan wore in Nigeria. I think they finished. If they haven't, we'll all talk about whatever she wears tomorrow. Now, before I start on this, for the benefit of the sugars, and I've got a task force of them on my case at the moment, and they watch every single video. As one of them today said, it is their job. It's their job, right? They're not doing this for fun. They're being paid. So they've got a script. So no matter how much you argue with them, when they're being paid, I don't know who's paying them. Don't ask me. So I thought I'd go through her outfits in no particular order. And I'm going through this from 2 points of view. Right, firstly, I've always said Meghan is attractive, in my opinion. I know a lot of you, well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, isn't it? Despite the fact that the sugars say that all I do is comment on her physical appearance, I don't. I comment on her clothes and what she's wearing, which is what I'm going to do in this video. And some of the things I liked and some of them I didn't, and I've made notes. And I'm also going to look at it from a PR point of view, because these are the major photographs that have been, everybody's seen. So if Harry and Meghan are watching, yes, Meghan, I thought you looked nice in some of the pictures. Not all of them. And Harry, yes, I thought you looked rather smart, actually, in one in particular. Right, so let's start. The first one that I recall is what I would call nude Meghan. In a nude colour, which apparently is called Windsor Blush or something like that. I don't know if that was intentional or by mistake. Anyway, so we'll put some pictures up here. First one really is, that's my what I call the pole dancing. That's like, wow, kitty, come get me kind of photo. She was visiting a school apparently, I think, if I've got that right. Because I'm not going to include in this video all the names of all the dignitaries and all the places they went, because it wasn't an official royal tour. This is Harry and Meghan on tour. It's kind of like they've just been on holiday and took the press with them. Why not? Fuck it, do it. So I quite liked the nude Meghan, as I call it. If we move on now to the, she wore, oh no, yes, that's the nude one. The white, she had a white gown on. Was that the next one in order? I've got to get them all in order. Oh no, the next one was the leopard. Or palm leaf print we can have here. This one, no. This is a no for me, and the nude one actually is a no for me. It's not so much the nude. A lot of you said, why wear that nude thing to a school? I just wasn't keen on it, full stop, from the front. It looked too like crumpled linen. I can understand her, yeah, she'd want something fairly cool to wear in an extremely hot climate. It just, not for me. And this palm leaf, leopard print thing, it's not the print, it's at the front, it just looks, it reminds me a little bit of a girl who's about 11 years old, beginning to start to dress in something maybe a bit more grown up. But no, that was a big, I'm sorry Meghan, that one was a thumbs down for me. And then, oh yeah, and also, if we go on to this one right now, this one is a photograph of her where literally nobody else in the photograph is looking at her. And it's a rather bad angle as well. And my favourite out of the leopard print ones, leopard Meghan, kitty Meghan, is this one of a little girl looking really rather scared. Unfortunate camera angle. We all have our days, Meghan. Most of my days are like that. So I sympathise with you a lot. Right, which one we're going on to now? Because I've got several notes. The white evening gown. Now, she wore a white evening gown. Now, I like half of the dress and not the other half. This top part that you can see now, I thought that looked really rather nicely tailored down the side. So from the top part of this photograph, she looks lovely. I thought her skin looks really nice. Her head is not a different shade to the rest of her body in this one, I don't think. But then when you see full length, again, it's really rather spoiled by it's quite crumpled. Again, it's some sort of linen dress, and I think that's the one where they went to an evening, which I found rather amusing in this photograph, where the guest notices on the backs of the chairs just said Duke and Duchess, not the Duke of Sussex or the Duchess of Sussex, or the Duke and Duchess of where, of who. Was that Nigeria throwing shade at them, or the hosts? Did the maitre d' say, I don't know, I've got it written down here somewhere, what the hell these people are. All I know is they're a Duke and a Duchess. And I'm sure that would not have gone unnoticed by Meghan, because didn't she used to earn a living with calligraphy, doing the little table place settings? I mean, it's rather undignified, stuck on the back of a chair anyway, as opposed to, it's almost like she insisted on it, or Harry did. Very throne-like chairs, very nice, I'm sure. Right, so, and if we move on, this is Harry having an excellent time. Harry, to me, when he's running around and bouncing about, I could be completely wrong, doing the guy a great disservice. He looks like he's off his tits on drugs. And then the rest of the time he just looks miserable. Right, what was the next ones? We've done the... now, before we come to this one. This was red. And it struck me immediately. This was the day after the night of the Duchess of Sussex's live. Now, normally Nark, as I call her, wears black. But she wore red. Slightly pink, it looked to me. And I was very surprised to see Meghan wearing red. And not only wearing red, actually saying, I get the memo about wearing more colour to blend in with you guys. I mean, I don't know how that... Do they not wear colour in any other country except for Nigeria? So everyone else, we're all monotone. All the other many countries of the world are monotone. There's only people who wear lots of different coloured clothes in Nigeria. I thought that was a bit patronising, but actually I thought that was a bit of a dig, because considering she featured, the Duchess of Sussex was actually, her name was in the Harry and Meghan Netflix docuseries. That was the only actual Megxiteer's name that I saw. I think there might have been Meghan's mole, but it was sort of blurred out a bit. But Duchess of Sussex was quite prominent. When we were watching it, Graham went, whoa, freeze it. Did I just see what I thought I just saw? So makes me think maybe Meghan watches the Duchess of Sussex and might have joined us on the live the other night and thought, I can wear red better than her. Well, who wore it better? I vote Sussex wore it way better. But anyway, and then if we move on, Meghan in red, the lady in red, with her favourite microphone going full swing, word salad. Right, what was the next colour dress? There was a red one. Oh, followed by another colour, yellow. Right, let's get the yellow one up. I have a selection of these yellow ones because I actually quite like this, really. I liked it. The only thing that I could see is if it had been quite windy there, it might have blown up into an enormous circle, revealing God knows what underneath. Nothing none of us haven't seen before. But yes, it was a nice colour. I think they said she'd worn it before for Archie's birthday or something. Speaking of Archie and Lily, I mean, where are they? Why didn't they go on tour with them? It wasn't an official royal tour, so I suppose maybe it's too dangerous, or maybe it's not dangerous because Harry says it's not dangerous. Or is it dangerous? Because the UK's dangerous, and I forget the gentleman's name, but there's a Nigerian political activist who sort of said, don't come to my country, Harry, with your PR, bigging it up how brave you are to come to my extremely dangerous country. Why don't you basically fuck off back to London, where there's more knife crime than there has been here. So yeah, right, what was the next colour dress? Oh yeah, and this was rather nice because she was presented with a blue skirt. I don't know the official name of it, and of course she was being polite. Now you can't criticise her for that. She was being polite. wearing the blue skirt. And then this was actually my favourite of the whole lot, and for the life of me, I mean, okay, a lot of you are going to say no, it didn't fit at the top and stuff, but it's far more chiffon. The polo night, and I think this was sort of the end of, I sincerely hope so, of the whole Nigerian tour. Now, this is a photograph of Harry and Meghan arriving, and I think they both look really nice. Harry, you look very smart because you're in a dark jacket. I love the shades. I like it. And then, what was the second thing that she did in that evening dress? Yeah, well, it wasn't so much an evening dress as a sort of, it just hung really nicely on her. It gave her a lot nicer shape, I thought. I thought she looked a little bit more relaxed. Although, you know, there's a photograph here of them sitting, and she really has posture, doesn't she? I mean, she is bolt upright, and the rictus grin never left, not once. And I think that that's probably, oh, and this last photo of them together I thought was very nice. So, you know, I'm not completely mean about, and I actually don't care about her physical appearance. It's more, you know, what she wears, whether it's appropriate for the occasion. And I mean, I still don't really understand what the Nigerian tour was all about, or what was the point of it, or did they get an email from someone saying, my dear lovely, you know, come over to Nigeria, just give me your bank details, Harry. I don't know. But I mean, they went there for some reason or other, I suppose Invictus, which I think that's wearing a bit thin. It seems to me what they've got left now is Invictus and Polo. Those are the two things. There was no speak of jam, thank goodness. Or maybe she went to go and source a supplier. I don't know, perhaps Nigeria has a big trade in jam. Nigeria is actually a thriving country. And I have noticed comments on X from some people who do find it quite patronising, and I can see where they're coming from, you know, where it's almost like, oh, poor little Nigeria. Oh, I'm half Nigerian, I'm home. Sorry, 43% Nigerian. I call this my home. Oh, you can all look at me and want to be like me. You know, it is very patronising. Nigeria has a wealth there. And I'd love to go to Nigeria and visit. I've been looking at their beaches and they are spectacular. In fact, I never really knew that there were beaches this side of the Atlantic like that. I was always thinking, you know, go Caribbean, and I don't really fancy going to the Caribbean because we're in the Med. But Nigeria, although it would be pretty expensive for us to get as far down as Nigeria, yeah, maybe one day for the beaches down there. I think that's nice. Now, I thought we would have a little bit of fun, and I'll just fill the screen with this last shot. Now, I'm not being mean, but there is a sugar called Meghan's Bunions. They're using the title out of irony, right, to try and sort of semi-disguise their vileness. Count the toes. I'll leave that on the screen for you, and thank you very much for listening.